I saw this headline today. Why franchise car dealers are now looking to outside the motor trade to recruit new staff. Should I tell you why? You know I'm going to. Franchise car dealers are increasingly looking to outside the automotive industry when it comes to recruiting new staff. That is according to two leading bosses who believe that the advent of EVs has sparked a need for the motor trade to evolve how it does things. Speaking at Car Dealer Live, Greenhouse Group's Danny Minshall and Swansway Group Peter Smythe both admitted to actively seeking external candidates when filling roles across their businesses. Minshall suggested that employees from outside of the industry are more attuned to customers' behaviour and offer a more personable level of customer service. He also revealed that Greenhouse is opening a multi-brand high street store in which nobody has come directly from the motor trade. That will be a balls up. So, should I tell you why they're looking outside the motor trade? And funnily enough, who believes that the advent of EVs has sparked a need for the motor trade to evolve how it does things. Right, so I'll tell you, should I, why he refers specifically to EVs. Because I know very well that a proper salesman who's done the job like me for years, when you get a customer who comes in and wants an EV, you're basically stitching him up. If it's a private customer, you're basically stitching him up. Most lease companies these days, so I don't know, 64% go to fleet and leasing. So the salesman won't really have to, somebody else sells the car. That's it, somebody else does it. They just order the car off the dealer. But when it comes face to face, it's like going over the top in 1914. You remember the Blackadder scene? Face to face, that's when it gets real. You are talking to a customer and what you tell him could cost him a lot of money. If you say something wrong, it could cost the dealership a lot of money. If you sell him something that he doesn't want, the only time when they say you've only really sold the car when the customer comes back to buy another one off you. If you don't get repeat customers, you're a shit salesman. Why are you a shit salesman? Because you've probably sold somebody something that's not suitable for the needs, which is basically what EVs are, not suitable for your needs. They're not really suitable for anybody's needs. They're not ideal. They're not ideal for anybody. They're a compromise. So hand on heart, these people, you've got to have a sales manager. You've got to have a used car. Whatever they're saying there about nobody's coming in contact, that's rubbish. You've got to have a sales manager because you've got to have somebody who can value a car. And you've got to have somebody who can work half a dozen half-wits who know nothing about the motor trade by remote control. You sit in your office, behind your desk, the customers go and they come back to you, Mr. Such a Body has got this car, how much is it worth? It's worth this much, offering this much, this is the deal, go and sign him up. Remote control. And the lad knows no different. The lad doesn't look at that and go, how much? His car's worth more than that, you robbing bastard. I'm not going to tell him that. I know very well his car's worth more than that. You know, all you're going to do is take that vehicle in, send it to the auction, you'll get commission on it, and none of the salesmen will earn any money because you've nicked it. No, I ain't telling him that. We want that car on the forecourt. I want to be selling that. I want to be ringing my customers up saying I've got this lovely Mercedes-Benz coming in. And the best thing about it, it's got a diesel engine. It's not one of these shiny EVs that I've just sold a bloke who had it before. So, selling EVs, you need somebody who doesn't know anything about it. Because they also know that they're just going to get knocked back. It's only 5%. It's 5% used car sales at the moment. And very few private customers want to buy EVs, especially new ones. So they know they're banging their head against a brick wall. If it was a proper salesman, he wouldn't get off his chair. Well, you'll be able to. I'll tell you what, do me a favour. No, don't do me a favour. Don't. I take that back. Don't do it. I'll tell you a story. So, when I started at Mercedes-Benz and the V-Class came out, it was, it was an unknown quantity, but we needed a people carrier, so they brought the V-Class out. It was made in America, I think, and one of my very best customers, I hope you don't mind me saying his name, a lad called Tony Croston from the Fernley, had a hotel on the front in St Anne's, lovely lad, lovely family, great hotel, did everything right. Everything about the Fernley, him and his brother knew, right to the penny, was involved with all the staff and all the decisions. Good boss, nice lad, lovely wife, lovely kids, had a place in Abersock, needed a people carrier. Bought Mercedes-Benz off us, brother had a Ferrari Testarossa at the time, I think. So we got these V-Class in, and he came and bought the first one. As I say, I would not have sold, if I'd have known what they were like, I would never have sold Tony a V-Class. I just wouldn't, because it was in and out for warranty work. I was embarrassed every time I saw him pulling up. I'm thinking, oh no, my chances of selling him another car are going down the Swanee rapidly. Anyway, I think at the time we said, right, he had a big list of jobs. Right, Tony, bring it in. I'll get the workshop to do it. And honestly, I virtually stood over them while they did all these jobs that he had to do. And he came to pick it up and he said to me, right, Barry, is it fixed? I said, yeah, they promised me. And we were at the end of the motorway. There's a little R4 and then the roundabout onto the M55. I stood outside to watch him go. He set off, turned left. He hadn't even got to the roundabout when one of the side doors just opened. Just opened on its own. Tony had got a family. What would you do if you had a family and the doors just opened like that? You'd do what Tony did. He went to the roundabout and he come back. That was my first one. The second one, lovely couple came in. This is before, we kind of had a launch night. The second one, lovely couple, and they had a severely disabled or handicapped child who, from memory, had been starved of oxygen at birth. I'm not sure what it was called. I'm sure there was a special name for it, but for some reason cerebral palsy springs to mind. The child was in a wheelchair and the mother and father, to be honest, they looked absolutely knackered. They looked so tired dealing with this child. Obviously, loved them. I felt so sorry for them. And I did them a fantastic deal on the V-Class. Fantastic deal. I wanted to help them. I sold them the V-Class at cost. I thought I was helping them. No. That guy was back time and time again with the V-Class. I'd sold 3 V-Class in the first, few weeks of them coming out. All 3 I had so much trouble with. Guess how many V-Class I sold after that? Never ever sold another V-Class. Somebody came in on a V-Class, I'd just say to them, no, you don't want that. They even shut down, Mercedes even shut down the production line in America. Shut it down completely. Didn't try to improve it. They just knew there was such a problem. They shut it down completely. But I still never sold them. Do you know who did sell them? The newbies. The ones who didn't know any better. The ones like, these people are looking now to sell EVs. They don't know any better. They're not career salesmen. They're not going to be in the job all their life. They're just there until they can find another job, really. So they're the ones. All the new guys, they all sold at least one V-Class. Very few of them sold two unless they sold them very quickly, because then you've got customers coming back all the time. You only get paid when you sell cars. You don't get paid sorting people's problems out. You don't get paid introducing them to the new best friend, the service manager, because they're going to be seeing a lot of them. You don't want to, when you see somebody, have to hide rather than give them a price. We had one customer who used to come in every week. I actually locked myself in a boot because I couldn't face him anymore. I locked myself in the boot of a car. You know, you sell somebody an EV. Right, I've got another story. A chap I know, we sell a lot of his cars. He always has a new G-Wagon for his wife. We don't sell him. He's way out of our league. He has new Porsches and new Mercedes. So how do you lose a customer? You lose a customer selling him a V-Class, do you? Right, okay, V-Class because it breaks down all the time. No, this is the proper way to lose a customer. So he has a G-Wagon, and we sell his G-Wagon, and then he has another order in for another one, top spec, perfect, all the time. Anyway, he goes to buy another G-Wagon, and somehow they end up talking him into the new electric, EQC, I think it was. So he specs this thing up, and it was, I think it was 90 grand. Keeps him 12 months. Goes back to Mercedes, 12 months later, 30 grand. Absolutely mint, full spec, Mercedes offering 30 grand. Guess how many Mercedes he's bought since, after buying one every year? EVs are a great way to lose customers and your sales force, because they are just aggravation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.